Hi, so to go back and reflect on what Anna was saying about the solutions and such forth, I'm going to talk to you guys and ask you a simple thing. Well, tell you a simple thing. Imagine living in a place where problems in regard to medical, economic, and even some political issues could be solved simply by the legalization of an herb. Now, I know nowadays it's a very contradicting topic, but we'd like to implement this among all 50 states. The benefits, the pros, highly weigh out the cons in which a lot of people still oppose the legalization of marijuana across all 50 states. Now, in regards to the medical benefits, honestly, personally, I can go on and on about the medical benefits. You can look at the pictures, you can look at the statistics, you can compare it to things that are legal. I mean, alcohol is legal, nicotine's legal, caffeine is legal. These things impact your body worse, though, than marijuana does. When it goes back onto medical benefits that you can have, the list is endless. Personally, actually a story of mine is my brother actually has insomnia. He can't sleep. He actually was sleep deprived for about nearly 4 days and almost went crazy. And the only way I actually get him to go to sleep was by using his cannabis, getting a cannabis card, and being able to smoke marijuana, in which he was able to go to sleep. Now, a lot of people use cannabis in so many different types of forms, and they all have their own story behind them. Now, whether it be recreational, medical use, these applications go on and on. Other than insomnia, marijuana can be used to prevent diabetes, which is a huge disease and problem across the United States as a whole. It also can be used as a pain suppressor instead of using harmful drugs that can actually harm patients rather than benefit them. Marijuana can also be used to help fight depression along with other different types of psychological issues going on in the brain, as well as fight cancer cells. Now, this one really amazes me because there are so many treatments that are being used nowadays in order to fight cancer cells. However, if you really look back to the basics, I mean, there's a lot of things going on to try and fight it, but nothing has scientifically been able to get rid or cure cancer. But little things like this, such as using oils of cannabis or smoking cannabis, can be used in order to fight cancer cells, and it's not harmful. This also can be used for controlling and preventing seizures. Now, a lot of people suffer from things like epilepsy, and they have seizures, and using this substance as marijuana, using it in whichever way works best, can help control them so they can have day-to-day lives. Another thing is it also helps treat glaucoma. Now, these are just medical benefits that come from the use of cannabis. This hasn't even gotten to the monetary or political issues that involve it. When it comes to monetary benefits, states that already have it legalized show that it is their most valuable cash crop. Now, think about the millions and billions these states are already yet benefiting from it, such as Colorado and Washington. Now, think about those are just a couple states. If they make this from a couple states to the entire country, our country as a whole can have a very profitable selling crops. According to Forbes, it only took Colorado 10 months to surpass $1 billion in legal cannabis sales. And over 50 million of that profit was sent straight to educational purposes, whether that be funding schools, teachers, projects, and even help scholarships for students. The money can be going to so many different locations. Some political contradictions that has to do with legal cannabis is it is an illegal substance right now, and it is a federal state thing, and these whole individual states, that is a state law versus a federal law. Well, if you look back on it, we need to make this legal in all 50 states so that everyone can be open to have the monetary benefits, the political benefits, the medical benefits as well. So many police officers waste time searching for just like petty crimes such as the use or having of marijuana, when in fact they should be looking for violent offenders. They should be looking for rapists. These are people that should be filling up our justice system instead of people that hold petty crimes such as having too much marijuana. Now, when it comes to legalizing recreational weed, it cuts off an important revenue for organized crime. and that alone will impact the country in so many positive ways. If the government is put in charge of selling and distributing weed, we are also able to know exactly where the sources are from. It'll be safer for the people that are using it, as well as the producers. um, on top of this, the taxes, everything, will lead to a happier and wealthier lower and middle class, therefore helping the majority of the population as a whole. So if we continue to do things the way we are right now, not to say where we're going right now, the path is bad. We are perfectly capable of just staying where we are, but we won't be progressing, we won't be growing, we won't be getting the benefits in which cannabis legalization can have for the entire country as a whole. When it comes to some of these not benefits, but cons, as of right now, like I said before, so many treatments in the medical field can be seen as harmful rather than beneficial. They may be fighting and trying to help in one area, but then they kill all the rest of them in the other area, such as radiation, chemo. These are things that could be substituted by just the use of cannabis instead. So there's a lot of things that can come from a benefit. Monetary. We spend over $41.8 billion just from the prohibition, enforcing the prohibition, like Gabby stated. And we'll continue to waste over $1 billion a year alone just trying to keep inmates inside and incarcerated. Politically, there are so many different debates on people that are arrested and put in jail on charges of holding marijuana, and not enough people are being arrested and incriminated for being rapers or child molesters or violent offenders or domestic abusers. There's so many other things that could be people that can be in there instead of cannabis holders. So now Brianna will tell you what the actions that need to take place in order to make the country go green. Thank you for listening. Here's Brianna.